Hey everybody, are you looking for the hottest and latest newest games on PC right now? Or maybe you're looking for an older game that you've always wanted to add to your collection? GreenmanGaming.com is the place to be. They've got fantastic deals on all the latest games and classic games that can't be beat. I highly recommend them. That's greenmangaming.com. Check out the link below the video. Clicking that helps me out as well and helps sponsor our videos. Remember, that's greenmangaming.com. Check the link below. Let's move in to today's video.
Hey everybody, Shadow Phoenix here. Welcome back to another Planet Coaster episode. It is the weekend, and we are here in Crystal Gardens. Still early in its kind of development still. What we are doing today is we're going to build a big restaurant over here on the eastern side of the park, over where the Boomerang Coaster and the Scrambler is. And we're going to kind of move into that area a little bit. So you'll notice during my development, what I kind of have been doing is kind of moving. We expand a little bit on one side, then we expand a little bit on the other side, and back and forth like that to kind of like make things kind of go around and come together. So, as I was saying, what we're going to be doing today is building this. It's going to be a fairly large restaurant, and it's modeled after the plaza at Disney World. That was definitely where I got the reference images and stuff for. But the first thing we had to do was, unfortunately, we don't have any kind of like decent spires or anything in Planet Coaster. I really kind of like the spooky roofs a lot, but they're just, the sizes and stuff are really, really weird. But we're not going to get into that just yet. However, I liked the pattern and stuff on them, and I liked how I could use that. But we didn't get a spire, so I had to basically make my own spire. And that's what you've been watching me do here for the last couple, well, about, I guess, the last minute or so. And then we got to figure out, the size and everything for it. So, as I said, what I'm going to do is put this spire here, and we got the framework done for it. And with the framework, we can kind of get an idea of what the rest of the building is going to look like. And that's where things are kind of coming together. So, it wasn't tall enough, so we're going to expand it down a little bit here. There we go. Just bring these down. Put it back, and bingo. That's the height I'm looking for right there, so we can continue on with it. And we're going to build a front, and then we're going to build two sides, and then we're just going to kind of bring everything together. And, as I said, it was definitely modeled after the plaza at Disney World. It's a great looking restaurant. I wanted something to kind of fit with the theme that we're going for, which is gardens, classic, kind of style. And a good question that's asked, what's not been asked, but a good question I could ask is exactly what is classic style? Well, to me, I feel it's kind of like colonial. There's a lot of different kind of art styles and stuff, and I'm not specifically sure what this is, but I would qualify this as more of a colonial style, I think. I'm no architect expert. I definitely don't know all the different styles of buildings and things like that, but generically, I would say this is more of a colonial style, which is, it's kind of a, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm just rambling at this point. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to say about this that the video doesn't kind of go over. I do know you guys love to watch me build these things, though. Probably not in a slower pace as I do on my Twitch stream, because it can definitely get boring when you watch me on Twitch and I'm like, putting fences around something and it takes like an hour to do a fence. You're just watching me place the same fence in different angles. But these time-lapse builds are kind of cool because you can see me kind of do like a building or something interesting. And it's cut down in a decent time that, you could probably watch it all kind of come together. And if you wanted to, you could even slow it down more. YouTube does have options in its settings down below the video there, where you can actually slow it down and watch it at like half speed, normal speed, double speed if you wanted. Probably wouldn't recommend that. I might sound like a chipmunk if you try that. So, and then suddenly hundreds of people turn it to double speed and listen to me as a chipmunk. So, yeah. We put these double doors down here at the bottom. I wanted to have a big opening. It's gonna have. I was kind of thinking this is gonna be kind of like a big buffet type building, is what I was kind of going for. People would go in, they would get what they want, they would sit and eat. And here we have the building of the spire itself. So what I did was, once we had the framework built, and we had where we were going to place it, and what everything was going to look like, and I knew that this was actually going to kind of work, I chose to use these tiny little brackets and put them piece by piece down through here. It actually didn't take me as long as I thought it would to actually get all of those brackets down through there. It did take me a while to get them all the way around it, though. But still, I accomplished it pretty quick. I think the whole piece ended up being, like the whole spire ended up being somewhere around 1,000 pieces just for the spire by itself. Not the building, but the spire. Which is its own building. So, you know, if I needed to, I can move it around and do other things with it. But, yeah, so once we get all these little brackets down through here, and there's the last one, I started choosing particular ones. And I had to do this like 4 or 5 times because I would choose one and it would accidentally get like a different part of the building, and then it would like take away everything I'd already selected. So anyway, I went back up there and I selected certain ones just kind of randomly, and I changed the color on those just a little bit to kind of give it a little bit of discoloration and a little bit of definition, shall we say, a little bit of contrast. And then I took all of these and put them around the side of the building there. And it wasn't as easy as just like moving them in the angles. I literally had to move each one of them in there. And then I had to go back in and like fix a couple of them as well because they weren't all working just perfect for me there. But there we have it. We have an almost finished spire. Gotta do the top of it. So we're going to take and put a couple pieces of wood here on top of the spire. And then we're going to put a crown on it of that little small like ornamental fencing, which I thought worked well. And then I was trying to figure out what else we wanted to do. Like, did I want to put that up there? No, that didn't work. This is where right here. This is the fencing that I used. Coloring was also an issue. I wasn't sure what color I would use for the fence. I could have went black. I could have went white. I decided to go with this like silverish gray. I don't remember if I ever actually changed that or not, but that's what we went for at the moment. And so, yeah, this video has to be a little bit long because of all the little details and stuff I did to the building, which doesn't leave me a whole lot to really kind of talk about. It's Saturday, and, you know, there's not much going on in the world of Plinko. We haven't had a patch in a while. The patch we did get was a crappy patch. Didn't really fix anything unless you're using hotels. I think it was supposed to fix something with the hotels. Not sure it did or not, but it definitely didn't fix anything else. We've gone 2 weeks since that patch now, and we haven't gotten another patch yet. So it makes me wonder. I'm going to give them the benefit of a doubt this time, though. They did literally just move into an entirely new building. So maybe once they get settled in, maybe we'll see another patch. So I will give them, you know, another week to kind of get settled in, and then hopefully we may see a patch in, say, 2 weeks. That would be, I think, appropriate. If they don't, well, I guess we don't get a patch because there's nothing we can do about it. But it'd be really crappy of them to do what they did the last time, which is wait 4 months to even patch the game and problems and stuff with it. So that would be extremely crappy of them, but that would be Frontier so far from what I've seen. And most of you have noticed I'm not exactly the biggest fanboy of Frontier anymore. Not like I used to be. I love this game, but man, their decisions. I just don't know. And, you know, like I said, at this point I'm just kind of rambling again. So, just to have something to talk about for the next few minutes. I don't want to get into a discussion, though, about what I hate about Frontier. I could do a whole video on everything wrong with Planet Coaster if I wanted to. I could literally go write out a list and do a whole video about that, which I actually am considering. I am thinking about doing that, but yeah, I'm just not going to get into it in this video. However, on the view here on the screen, you can see something we can kind of talk about. I decided to kind of raise this up and put it kind of a little further up on a level here. I didn't want to do everything in this entire park in flat kind of pieces. And I wanted you to kind of come around here and kind of see it up on a hill. And I wanted that to kind of work for us. So I thought there's a trick that Ruble Trillions and them found where you can kind of use shops to place stairs in way, things like that. And you're going to see what I'm talking about here in just a moment once I actually get these kind of fixed around. Now I did try, I did try, as you can see, to kind of get steps and stuff to go up there, like some big steps, and it just wasn't working for me. So this is where we're going to kind of come in and try to use the shops here in just a second. So I tried to smooth it out, and I tried to get it where people could just kind of walk right up to it. And it was not working for me. I didn't have enough room in there to kind of smooth it out perfectly. So what we did instead was right here. So you take a shop and you place it down, and it will connect, and you can raise it and lower it and make like shorter steps if you need to. Or you can even do slopes if you want to do that. The trick comes in trying to get them to connect to your path, as you can see here. So then all I had to do was go up there and fix those. And again, connecting them to the path was the main issue. You're going to see me do this a lot right here for the next few minutes as I place these around. Just trying to get these steps to connect up is just such a pain. But in the end, I got it to work, and it worked beautifully. The corners were probably the hardest ones to do here, because just trying to get it around there, for some odd reason I just didn't want to connect right, and I just wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. So I kept trying and trying and trying until I got it good enough. And good enough in Planet Coaster is about all you can really ask for. For some reason, I could not figure out why it wasn't going in there. And that was also the moment where I decided we're going to try to expand this out, maybe make a patio section and stuff over there. So I deleted the teacups ride. The teacups do come back at a later date. Not in this area, though. I found a better place for them. So they do come back. We didn't just delete a ride completely from the park altogether. Alright, and then now we'll just kind of fix up the sides over here a little bit, or square it up as square as it can be. Oh, I never really talked about those windows either, did I? So I put the windows in and adjusted them, and then there are certain windows that have these little shutters on them. If you take and put those in and you put them at just the right angle, you can kind of get like double shutters and stuff on there, and you can use them on any window, which is what you saw me do a minute ago. I didn't talk about that when I was doing it because I was too busy ranting about my hatred of Frontier. But it's not that I hate Frontier, it's I hate their decisions that they make. I mean, they did give us Planet Coaster, they did give us Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Elite Dangerous is also pretty good. But it's like the decisions that they're making on Planet Coaster right now are just horrible decisions in my opinion. Now, I know some of you guys out there don't agree with me on that. I know some of you are very happy with the decisions that they're making, and I'm not sure why, but yeah, when you play this game as much as I do, when you really get down into the nitty-gritty of it and have over 3,000 hours in a game, when you play it constantly, you really start to see all the little bugs, and that, you know, you're constantly seeing things that just annoy you, and it would just be great if they could just fix some stuff. Now, I'm not asking for them to add weather into the game or any new features or anything, though new features are great. Usually new features screw up other things, so what I would like to see, though, is just patching things that need to be fixed. Textures that are missing and have been missing for over a year, things of that nature. That is something I would love to see them fix, but they just don't seem to want to do it. But in the meantime, let's do a little bit of gardening. So my favorite color is purple, so I decided to put some purple and stuff that in there. I don't know if I changed that or not, but I always kind of go with a purple first when I'm looking at flower colors. So just to see if I can kind of work some purple into it. I made these little like circular planters to go in between each of the steps there, using wall pieces. It kind of come out pretty good. I was very happy with it. We had to do the back of it too, and then we do some gardening around the front of the building as well. Not just actual around the steps, but actually in the front of the building here too. And now we're going to put some molding and some like fencing up around the edges of everything, and we're just going to kind of do the finishing touches on this building. So I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this video quite a bit. If you have, make sure to comment below. Let me know what you think of our little kind of our plaza eatery. I don't have a name for it yet. I think I'll call it something like Gardens Terrace, Terrace Gardens. I don't know, something along those lines. And we'll give it kind of a patio over. I don't think you get to see the building of the patio at all, but you'll see it in the preview video here just a minute. As soon as we get done with the time lapse, I usually will go in and kind of do like a little overview of the entire area in kind of slow motion. That way you guys can kind of get some good details and stuff of everything that I've put into it and how it looks currently. You are going to see some advanced things that haven't been built yet, so just going to tell you ahead of time. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch. But you know, if you watch me on Twitch, you already know most spoilers. You've already seen probably all of the park by this point. I made this a blueprint to make it easier to place over here on this side. Worked for me. I had to still maneuver things around a little bit because everything's not perfect. I eyeballed most everything on this, so that's how I usually do. I just basically eyeball everything. I did try to get the teacups back in there, but in the end I took them out, which you will see, and added a patio area over there with chairs and stuff. At first I used just basic ones that I already had made, like these tables and stuff, you know, and then like these little picnic tables with custom umbrellas. But then after we got this, we ended up getting the picnic tables not long after I built this, so I was able to go in and change it over to picnic tables that the guests don't actually use, but it's picnic tables nonetheless. They'll sit at them, they just don't eat at them. But yeah, we're going to add a few shops in there. We're going to connect it up with a path so people will walk through the doors. Literally walk through the doors since they can't open doors. So a little bit of, we're going to put some ornaments here on the front of it using the frosting pieces, which I think worked out pretty well. I thought about coloring them, like making them black or something to kind of have them stand out. But really the off-white is the best choice, I really feel there. So that's going to be it for me. We are here at the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this time lapse and the building of our little diner restaurant, our buffet building. I will see you in the next video, and until then, yep, that's going to be it. So enjoy the showcase video here in just a moment as well. Thanks, guys.
Hey everyone, if you'd like to help support me and my channel, I have a Patreon page where you can do just that. You can pledge anything from $1 or more. Anyone who pledges $15 or more gets a unique, specially designed roller coaster and Planet Coaster made just for them. My little way of saying thanks. You can also just send donations as well if you don't want to join Patreon. And you can find those links in the video description below. Every tiny red cent I make from these means the world to me and is extremely helpful. If you're interested in my PC setup that I work with and play on that you see here, every piece of the system is described below with links to Amazon if you want to purchase them or anything else. Thanks for tuning in to my videos and my channel. If you aren't already a subscriber, click that on the screen below. And you can also check out a few of my other videos on the screen here as well. You can keep up to date on what's going on in my own little world via Twitter or watch me stream live on Twitch as well. Links are in the video description below. So wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.